and then to talk about the Heaven Sent. You might have heard about it. There's a rapper who just came out with a song, LaRussell. Have you heard of LaRussell?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll play it then. Oh gosh, it's so bad. It's really quick though, and this can help us go to there's a couple of songs we want to listen to tonight. At least I'm like, what time is it? Oh yeah, we might just listen to the songs. Okay. So LaRussell. Okay, he's gonna explain it. Okay, here we go.
I made this record and I sent it off to my engineer, and he calls me. He said, man, you probably shouldn't put this out. I said, why? What the hell happened? He said, you talking about Epstein, there's a lot of shit going on. And I said, thank you for calling me. I'm finna drop this. That's exactly why we need it. Because everybody sit and be silent. And the goal of an artist is to express the times and say all the things that nobody else want to say or know how to say. I'm not perfect, and neither is the president. Was guiltier than a nigga hiding evidence. You can't be mad that they heated if you don't let them vent. Even the devil was heaven sent. Even Malcolm was heaven sent. Even Martin was heaven sent. Even Kanye was heaven sent. We all heaven sent. Donald too. We all heaven sent. Epstein too. We all heaven sent.
Becky's.
Adolf too. We all heaven sent. Even you.
Even you.
We all heaven sent. I made this record and I sent it off to my engineer. And he called
So
me.
that was it. And so that happened. Okay. I hope his totally handle breaks. So that happened. And then all of a sudden, there's so many people online. Like, why? And I even put up, like, this was pointless. Like, what was the point that he wanted us to take from this that wasn't already obvious? Right? It's like everybody was born true is kind of what he's saying. But is he trying to say, like, we're all gifts of God? You know what I'm saying? Ari too. We all haven't said thank you, Benji. Benji, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope every time he drinks, he wastes it before it touches his mouth. No, not it dribbles and spills down his face. Fat keys. Yes. So the next, oh, not yes to that, no to that. But what happens next is he then responded. Oh my goodness. The first time through watching this stuff, I was not laughing, but I know the ending to this, and it's just the most ridiculous series of events. Then,
good morning, America. Hey, the past few days, I've been working, so I ain't got to really be on social media. I cut my shit, I schedule it, and I post, and I get into the world. The homies briefed me yesterday on all the outrage.
Just a little one.
And my first thought was, niggas ain't that slow. But
I was triggered there. I was triggered by the song, but then I was triggered here. He's saying we're slow because we're the ones not understanding the point of whatever he was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? He said, in a sense, he isn't wrong if you believe in God and everyone is born from God. Well, then he religiously is right. But what is the point? Diogen. It still goes back to what's the point? It's like him saying, everybody born. Me too. Just gonna let you know, in case you didn't realize, we all born equal. What is the next thing? Is it that we should all, be remorseful for Hitler and Epstein and Kanye? Like, should we all? The point is bars. Okay, thank you, Diogen. Thank you. That's my thing. I was just like, okay, and what's the next part, LaRussell? And then he said, we're the slow ones. I'm like, no, LaRussell, you didn't give us anything else to work with. Vibes
No
only.
context.
You said what?
There's no context.
None. He just knew it would be controversial, and then he's gonna say heaven, and okay, he says a little bit more. Let me show y'all what he says.
On look, and niggas that slow. Just listen to the music.
Listen to the music. We
Like,
did.
there's no way niggas hear that clip and they like, you support Epstein. When the world be in despair, sometimes you need realization. And that realization for me through this song was like, damn, the same God who created Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, who did so many great things, is the same God that created Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, who did so many evil things.
Oh,
And it's crazy the range of what a human life is capable of.
and I'm still like, and then the point, because yes, evil and good exists in the world. Like, there is free will to do whatever. LaRussell was heaven said, thank you, Diogen. You said, let's bring it back into context. Let's bring it back. Yes, he said, y'all. King of the Misfits.
It's capable of changing the world and detrimenting
We
the world.
know that.
That's the purpose of the song. That's my realization of like, damn,
Anything's
this is
possible.
all from the same place, and look which way it can go when somebody is misguided, when somebody doesn't have all the tools, when somebody just chooses to use their life
yay.
Bordy.
What a timing. Bordy, hi. Hello. Raiders. Hey, it's a Bordy Ray. Y'all should have called me and Bordy. We were singing at the Super Bowl year before this one, and we made a whole remix song, and it ends up, I think that's when In With The New met us, and now he's on the chat with me right now. We got to make some new songs, Bordy. We got to freestyle some more songs together. And so sorry I didn't get to have you over for this Super Bowl. By the way, it was nothing was planned out. I needed to clean my home. All of the things, all of the above. Okay. All right. So maybe this next year, Bordy. Maybe. And we do. How are you doing, Bordy McBoard? What were y'all up to? What were y'all doing? Welcome in, Raiders. I am Watoza. Welcome in here. Thank you for the follow. Hey, oh, hearts to you, Bordy. Bordy was heaven sent. Yes, Diogen. Yes, Bordy. The timing for you to come in here with your community. We are stressed a little bit, okay, or just confused. Have you heard about the LaRussell situation? I will update y'all as we finish this video, and then I tell y'all what happens next. By the way, I don't think I finished this video. When I watched it the first time, I just stopped it. I said, I don't need to listen to no more of this man right now. But LaRussell,
Wait 1 second.
Yeah.
Also, Bordy, don't forget to turn your stream off because you're probably still.
A W streamer
Oh
support.
no, she got it.
Okay, W streamer support. Hi, Jay Crimson. How are you? Good to see you. How are you? Fat Keys. Bordy was my roommate in Vegas for TwitchCon 3 years ago. Like, we're right here. Okay? Fat Keys. Yes, Fat Keys. We had a house of like 10. It was amazing. Locked in. We went to a whole open mic. After that, she went to meet my friend. I tell y'all about me and the music journey story. And Bordy, remember the guy at the open mic we went to in Vegas after all the festivities? He was who I was in a band with him. By the way, we were in a band together, a neo soul band. I was telling them about that before we just went into the neo soul portion of Jack Harlow's album, which was Chaos, one of the worst albums I've ever heard. So yes, so Bordy, I almost said REN. Bordy met the guy I told y'all about. Yes. Love it so much. Okay, LaRussell. LaRussell out here, okay, is a rapper, I think in the Bay area. Hey, Supreme Royale, thank you for that follow. Welcome in here. Oh, I'm Ari, by the way. Hi. Let me introduce myself. I'm so stressed by the chaos we're going through right now. So I'm Ari. I am a very variety streamer. Like, if I feel like doing it and showing y'all, that's practically where my stream goes. Tomorrow, we might be making grilled cheeses from scratch on a cooking stream. Announcement to everybody, just depending on how I'm feeling and when I wake up. And now that I think about it, we'll see. But soon, maybe this week, maybe Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, we're going to make grilled cheese from scratch. I'm talking the bread from scratch, the mayonnaise from scratch, and the butter and the cheese from scratch. Literally all of the things. Don't do mayo. Right? I was like, we already tried that, Ari. Please no. And we did try it. But we had the wrong oil. We had olive oil. But now I have avocado oil. Yes, don't be jealous. Hey, how are you? We are making more food. A wild jealous in the chat. Another roommate from Vegas. Woo! Woo! Yes. And with the news on the mic with me right now, too, by the way. Oh, I love it, fans. Thanks for the shout out for Jealous. And a shout out for Bordy as well, please. And thank you. We might be on a little timeout on that one, or a time down. But yeah, you say you're streaming your voice and drinking your voice tea right now. You have another 9-hour day of streaming tomorrow. Get them, Bordy. Yes. Yes, get them, Bordy. So I'm Ari. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Ari, and variety cooking. We do karaoke also, where you can ask me to sing any song in the world in karaoke. And if I don't know it, I'm gonna make it up as I go. I'm gonna listen to the music as I'm singing it, reading the lyrics. I'm gonna make something up. We'll see how far off I am. Or you can have me sing something that you think I know. And then what else? Gaming. We're playing Beholder right now. I used to be obsessed with Fortnite. I've competed in Apex. I need a mouse and keyboard on those, so I'm a pew-pewer too. Yeah, we play whatever. Sly purchased Silent Hill 2, but I think I'm going to do that in my first ever streamathon, which is going to be for my birthday in May. So we need to do some planning and figuring things out for that. But welcome in here, everybody. Oh, you said whoever came with the karaoke? I did. Oh, thank you. And that's the first time I've actually, I think, said karaoke. Like, I've put it in my thing last week or so. I was like, games, karaoke. So thank you. I have such a struggle with naming stuff, so I appreciate that so much. Okay, so what y'all just walked into is LaRussell. Okay, he is a Bay Area rapper. I'm pretty sure it's the Bay, California, and he had a song that has gone viral, even though it's 20 seconds long. And he's like, he starts out, oh, so I sent the song to my producer and he told me I shouldn't put it out. And he said, and so I said I should. And then it goes, something. And then, you know, Hitler was heaven sent. Martin was heaven sent. Kanye was heaven sent. Epstein was heaven sent. We all heaven sent.
Don't forget Adolf.
Adolf was heaven sent.
Like,
He
bro,
was
what are you talking
wilding. 40. Always messes line up. Becky's. Yes. And so there's so many of us who are like, what was the point of that? And then his first response is what we're watching right now. He's like, oh, y'all, I'm not on social like that. I just schedule my stuff and I put it out there and I don't really, see what goes on. And then he said, then people started calling me and he's like, there ain't no way they're not smart enough to understand what I was doing. And I'm like, how dare he? And so this is my first time finishing this video. It's only 5 minutes, but after he said some of that nonsense and that we were the problem, I said, I don't need to listen to this man no more. Okay, so now we are finishing this part.
A negligent way. And it's insane for niggas to take that and be like,
oh, and he even said something like, oh, are people saying that I support these guys? No one said that. We're asking you what you said. Like, what was the point? Like, are you saying that? We don't want to say that's what you're saying. You know, Jen Los LC, welcome in here. Welcome in.
chooses to use their life in a negligent
Oh,
way.
and then he also said something like, oh, so my point was saying, you know, God made everybody and there's a wide range of things that people can do from good to bad. And I'm like, that's obvious. You said what?
He didn't speak on that in the song.
Right. That wasn't in the song either. He's just like, I want people to know there's a wide range of things you can do. Who didn't know that?
He might as well just been like, you know, what's his name?
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton was born.
Period.
Terry Crews was born.
Exactly. He said nothing wrong. What did he say right? Leroy. But what's the point? The thing that's triggering for me, I'm like, okay, all right. And I did what's his name? Fontano. What he said something like the other thing is when you say something is heaven sent, it gives a connotation that it is, what's the word? A blessing. That instead of you looking at Hitler and Epstein and Kanye as doing anything bad, they are actually blessings on earth to us. And I was like, ooh, yeah, that's another one. That's another one.
Let's look up the actual definition. How about that? Heaven sent, occurring at an opportune time, providential.
Ooh.
Fortunate, appropriate, or providential, as if ordained by God.
Yes. And these things are not ordained. Like all humans are not ordained to, even in the religious sense. No, there's an idea of like anointing, which is being ordained to do something extra special, and that God gave you this gifting and this ability to do something that no one else could do. So he's giving like this concept of God crafted all of our actions to be the people that we were when we become big, if we become big, right? Yeah, free will. Right? That's what I'm saying. We have free will, but what's the point of saying we have free will when we have it? So he's instead was saying we're all heaven sent, is giving more of they served a purpose that God wanted them to serve, instead of it being that humans have the ability of life and death. The Bible also says that. Leroy, wait, what do you think is good about what he said? If you feel like he said nothing wrong, him saying it's heaven sent is what he's saying that's wrong, Leroy, because he just gave us the definition. In with the New just gave us the definition of heaven sent, and it means ordained. And these people were not ordained to do evil in the world. Okay? No, we aren't, Leroy. That's what I'm saying. According to scripture, humans have the ability for life and death outside of anything else. Like we can clone, we can make life out of like cloned materials and things like that. We can clone a human. That's not saying God made this person that we just manufactured. Okay. So no. Scripture says that people have the ability for life and death in their own power outside of it being any other heavenly, desire for that. Like some people believe like, oh, scripture says that everything is, what's the word? ordained, just like he's saying, ordained, or what's the phrase? All pre-planned, like there is no free will, right? Instead, no. People dying is not ordained by God. Like, it's not like him being like, oh, I planned for this person to die right here. I planned this person to, trigger warning, unalive maybe themselves. That's so far divine. Thank you, Supreme Royale. That's so far outside of anything that is ordained or good in scripture. Okay. You said, I think the religious folk are looking for something when nothing is there. No, Leroy. Oh my goodness. The problem is that there's nothingness to what he said. I think you think people are outraged, like, oh, how dare he say Hitler was heaven sent? No, it's religious people who believe that everyone can do good things, but it's the choice that people have to do bad. My thing, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but what is the point? Is he saying that we should consider them as good?
I also want to add to that even just saying the word heaven sent implies some level of theology, like from him as the artist standpoint. Like, you can't just call something heaven sent and not have it related to something spiritual or religious. Right. Then the heaven part would have no meaning. So it's like.
Absolutely. Unless it's some like Viking mythology. It's like, other than that, it's, why wouldn't someone be able to, thank you for that point, by the way, in with the new, why wouldn't a religious person be able to talk about someone talking about their belief system? Because that's literally what he's doing. He made a song that is supposed to have some type of religious meaning. Why wouldn't religious people have a say over what he's claiming about their religious beliefs? He said, I'm not religious, and what he said was still stupid. Now what? Yeah, it wasn't smart, because it didn't add anything. Smart to me means you're saying something that is important or brings something new to a conversation. Whereas what he said was just like what the news said. Hitler existed. Martin existed. Kanye was born. Like, what would be the point of that?
But but in the context of the, I guess we'll call them lyrics, if we're going to be charitable, it goes further than that, because like, to say that Hitler was heaven sent is to imply that, the
like person who did these evil things. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. Like, it's ordained and providential, that isn't, whoever you pray to, is their intention for this evil person to come and like literally, persecute and eliminate the whole, engage in genocide against the people,
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, I'm not even coming to it from a religious standpoint. I'm saying that's another layer to this, about what you were saying, Leroy, that, you feel religious people are trying to find something to be upset about. It's like, I haven't heard any religious person say they were upset about this. Have you heard that, by the way? Because the only people I'm talking about are non-religious people, that at least I don't think any of the people that I've heard their opinion on this have been religious people. And so I think you're the first to bring in the concept of religion specifically, when I'm saying, what is he saying? Like, what is the point of what he's saying? Is it religious? Is it spiritual? Like, I don't even know, because he could just be using words, because some people use words not knowing what they mean. And it could be that he was trying to do the juxtaposition thing that I talk about, that it is good in music, where you take very different things that are sometimes opposing. You take a loud portion in the song, and then you have a quiet portion of the song, or you have a very wordy part of the song, and then you have a part that's going to have even fewer words, and it makes a song to be even more interesting. And so I think he did this in a way that he knew was going to be controversial. He was already told it was going to be controversial before he put it out. And then he said, yeah, I'm going to talk about how the most evil people came from God. Okay, to do what? What's the next part? Like, my thing is just pointless. Like, what is the actual point of what you're saying? Because everyone believes everybody was born. And whether or not you believe people are born of God or born of humans or whatever, what's the next level to the...
It leaves everything to interpretation, because he hasn't given any direction to the song. You could literally take it as, oh, so what you're saying is God makes mistakes, or you could take it as what you're saying is God likes evil,
right?
Or there's all kinds of different ways that you could take what he's implying by the song, because he hasn't really implied anything. I think that's the thing I find most of it's about is it's a bunch of nonsense, and then he gets frustrated because people didn't get it,
right?
Because there was nothing to get.
There's nothing to get. He didn't want to take that next step. Like, he wanted to be bold, but not bold enough to actually say a thing. You know? You said, then it would imply that your entry into this world is evil if you can't be heaven sent. No, it doesn't, Leroy. No, there is the neutrality of just being human in the world that is a very neutral place in itself, depending on how spiritual we want to get with some stuff. But the thing is, just that something exists, like we were talking about AI earlier, just because AI exists, it in of itself is not bad, but then it is the use of it too much for the wrong reasons to harm people, then that's where it gets bad, you know?
I feel like it's kind of like if I were to try to make a blues record and I was like, I had a relationship with a woman, and then that was all I said about it. It's like, okay.
Wait, one more time, say that again.
I said it would be like if I tried to make a blues song,
and
the only thing I said in the song was I had a relationship with a woman, and then left it at that.
Right. Or
people
even
would be like, okay.
Or even this is about a woman, and that's it. Or women. It's women. Women.
I needed a girl once.
Women. And then that's the whole song. And we'd be like, what about them? There are women. But here's my thing, Leroy, you just said music is art, though, open to interpretation, but you tried to close it down, Leroy. You were just saying you feel people want to be triggered, but that's the openness of interpretation is that we can get triggered. We can say it's pointless. We can say it's dumb. We can say it makes no sense. We can say all of these things, right? And so
people
I think
not triggered.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, people are not triggered by the message of the song. People are triggered by the fact that there is no message in the song.
Right. But I think Leroy was also saying he saw some religious folk in IG Reels saying they were personally offended religiously, I'm guessing, is kind of what you were saying with the IG Reels, Leroy. But that's also the opportunity that they have. You know, if someone says something on a stage that's like against what I think is what I believe, why wouldn't I be outraged? Especially if I feel like he's trying to say, like you said, that God makes mistakes, or that God, makes or wants evil, or creates evil people. And that's a conversation a lot of people have where they're like, why is there evil in the world if there's really a God? And so some people could be like, oh, is he trying to disprove, belief systems? It's like, no, like none of that really crossed my mind. I'm on the confused camp about, tell us what you're trying to say. Like, stand up for whatever you're trying to say, so then we can actually have a full opinion on what you're saying. That's my biggest thing. It's like, yeah, it's open to interpretation, and our interpretation is that it was not smart. And not smart as in like, oh, he made a mistake. No, it's just not of any value to me personally.
Devoid of content. It was vapid.
Right. He said, thank you for giving you a laugh though, Alyssa. Right. And he was joking. Like, I thought it was like, when I first heard it, I was like, I'm confused, but is this real? Because we're also in the age of AI. So you got to like wait until, you know, some other things happen sometimes to know stuff is real. But second time through, I'm like, this is so funny. Y'all saw, I was laughing and I was like, no, let me not laugh because this sounds terrible of a situation, but now it's funny to me because it's just so ridiculous. Okay, but there's more. We're gonna finish this video. Wait, his music is Garbage Scent. Oh, that's all I know. Yo, that's Garbage Scent is crazy.
Wait. Rhino said we sound boomerish and we don't get it. Maybe we've aged past modern art.
Wait, who said that?
So Rhino Fro. So here's the thing about that, right? You remember when they duct taped the banana to the wall and then they sold it as a piece of art?
Hilarious.
This song is basically like just the duct tape on the wall without the banana.
Right.
It's missing the art.
Right. Because art, anything is art, right? Like I can say my pitcher of water right here is art. But then there are people who judge art, which I am a official judger of art. Like I've been appointed into positions to officially say I have a opinion that is valuable considered by a brotherhood of musicians, right? But that's not to say my opinion is more valid than anyone else's, but this is a different type of commentary in general where there are some people, I was on the phone about this earlier, some people are perceptive in their personality type where they don't feel things should be judged. My personality type is judging and it is not to be like, oh, she's judgmental. No, I have an opinion about the things I see. I'm very passionate. I'm an activist. I wouldn't be one if I was just perceptive and I didn't make judgments about things happening around me. So it's just like people are different. And when people don't have an opinion, I'm not going to be like, how dare you not have an opinion on this? No, we're all different and we react to things differently. But my biggest thing is I just don't get the point. He says, so like the argument is used when it comes to upbringing and how people turn out. Life experiences shape people into who they become. But what's the point of that, Leroy? We all know that is what I'm saying. There's nothing added to not anyone's. There are people who are still developing. But what I'm saying, it doesn't add anything to consciousness or to understanding, whereas art in general usually says something new, says something that hasn't really been said, but there is a reason for it. And then there is a conclusion to it. But not always, because art, sometimes, it's the, inception with the thing spinning at the end of the movie and you have to decide, oh, what's the conclusion of this? Yes, that is also art. But in this case, the uproar, I think you're the first person I've ever heard to... Wait, what are you doing? Now I'm confused. Leroy, what is your point, actually? Now that we're getting to points. Like, Leroy, are you saying it's good? Are you saying that he did have a point and that we just don't get it? Because I'd love to know that part too. Yeah. You said, yeah, like he didn't elaborate on anything to make it interesting enough, like Fake Deep of LaRussell. Yeah. That fake, I think Fake Deep is a great way to describe it, to where he's like, ooh, I'm going to say this thing is going to be so powerful. And it wasn't. It was so shallow. It was the shallowest of thoughts of creation of people, to me at least. But that's me talking about spiritual things a lot. So I'm like, oh, these are conversations I've been having for decades about good and evil and, God's placement and all of that. These are conversations I've had for a very, very long time. So for me, I'm like, okay, what's the next level to it? And not saying, oh, he needed to have some profound thing to say, just anything of a conclusion would make a lot of people just be like, oh, okay, that was his point. Got it. But to do something so triggering, I think that's where it's problematic for me as well, that you are going to mention Hitler, who is one of, the most dangerous people to have ever lived, and then mention his name next to Martin Luther King. It kind of diminishes in some ways, without him giving us a point, it diminishes who Martin Luther King is, to say, oh, we're all just human. We are just all human, right? But why would you make Martin's legacy smaller in order to make Hitler seem as what he did was less bad? Like, what?
We don't even know if he was trying to do that, though, because he didn't say what he's trying to do.
Right, exactly. So that's where I'm like, I don't want to get upset at him because I just don't know what it is. And so that's why I'm just like laughing now, because I'm like, man, I wish he would stand firm on whatever it is he's trying to say so we can actually have a conversation. Otherwise, it's just kind of like, and then he called us dumb. Like, I think that's what's also triggering. Like, you're going to call us dumb when you didn't even say what you're trying to say. And now, okay, yeah. So he's the one that triggered us as well. So I think maybe that's the other part, Lee, where like, why would he come out and call us all dumb just because we don't understand the point of what he was saying? Because he didn't give us a point. So if there's a part about what he did wrong, in his follow-up is what he did wrong. He could have said something else. He could have said, oh, actually, I wanted people to understand that, sometimes people do wrong or they do bad, but we should still have grace for no matter what people do. Because y'all might cancel me now. I think we should have grace for everyone. And now I'm canceled. See, Leroy, did you just try to trap me? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I do feel that way. So that's why I'm like, I'm not mad at him, but I wish he would have just said what the point is. And if it was, we should, the chorus is, we should all have grace. I'm like, W message. We should all have grace. W. But he didn't even do that. So I don't know. You guys are talking mighty boomerish. That's so I don't get it. That's so funny. But no one's gotten it. Rhino, can you tell us what he meant? Because he didn't tell us either. You said God is infallible, end of discussion. See, and that's what some people want it to be. They want it to be, oh, I said heaven, so you can't question me. I need to hear why that makes sense. Which part? The problem is people do get it. He just can't take criticism. Well, the commentary I've heard, we don't get it. And I actually looked into someone's commentary. I was like, okay, well, let me hear one person's perspective. And at least that person didn't get it either. You said, so Ari, before I go to sleep, is it for tomorrow? Sly, I can't say just because I don't know if I'm going to actually be streaming tomorrow or today. Because I got to see how I'm feeling tomorrow. I wasn't feeling well today. And so I ate a little bit, had some water. And so I'll have to let you know the day of, Sly. Thank you for any understandings. And you sleep so well, Sly. LaRussell, doing any type of art is hilarious. I have to judge when it makes sense. Otherwise, I'm wasting cycles. Oh, okay. I think I get what you're saying. People be like, art is open to interpretation, then be mad about how you interpreted the art. Make that make sense. Kendrick and Doechii make racial statements in their music. Racial? And it makes sense. Like you can do both.
Racial.
Okay. Yes. Oh, wait, no. Maybe not. Radical. I think it's radical. Yeah. All right, Alyssa, are you saying radical? I think that might be what you're saying. but I don't like Doechii. LOL, Mo. But don't mind me just talking. Some people ain't trying to hear that. You right. He said Kendrick and Doechii can make a good song at least. LMAO, I want to know why. No one is saying why they hold the position they hold. On what, Leroy? I feel like I've fully explained the position I hold about why it doesn't make sense. And I might be far behind in chat. This hate train is moving down a track to no wait, who's hating? Who's hating, Leroy? Oh my goodness. Where is the hate? Because I feel of anyone who's had the most critical feedback, it's been you, Leroy. Like, you were very upset that people had opinions and that religious people had opinions and that we're speaking about our opinions. But our opinion is that, or for at least a bunch of us, is that we don't know what to think about this. So it's not hate when you felt that we shouldn't have the opinions that we have. And I think that is more of the most critical so far. I mean, there has, a couple, we did say, what was it? That it wasn't good, but that's not saying it's bad. Like, there is a middle place of him just talking instead of, because like good to me, I'm like, ooh, for me serves a purpose, like says something new, something original, something maybe a layer deep. But him just stating what some people might say is a fact, it is just what it is. That doesn't make it good. Like, I can say the sun is gonna come up in the morning. And someone can say, or it's nighttime right now. If someone in the chat be like, ooh, Ari, that's profound. That's so good that you said that, Ari. I would be upset. I would be upset that you would give me hype for stating the obvious. You know, so I'm just saying there is a very wide gap between something being good and something being bad. And he's in that middle gray area because he didn't stand and say actually anything. Personally.
Wait, what you say about the sun, Ari?
Right. Now we're gonna now someone's gonna fight me on that I said it's nighttime. Ooh. And no, I'm kidding.
You said it's gonna rise tomorrow?
Wait, and we don't even know that. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. We're gonna rotate. I'm sorry. I didn't even say a fact out bars. Here. Okay. Oh yeah, and Reezy, that's what we're getting to. I was gonna get to that in a little bit after we finish this video, because I was like, I know what happens next out here. So I was about to say he might mean that they were God sent, but both that and heaven sent mean the same thing. So the entire phrasing of the song is wrong. Or yeah, exactly. Or maybe he just doesn't know the meaning of what heaven sent means, you know, or even God sent. Because that's a very different thing than just saying we all are spiritual creatures on this earthly experience. You know, you said the G word, God. G word. What's the G word, Leroy? Would you rather listen to him or Monica? Hilarious. If it's more of that, Monica at least makes sense. Monica at least had points. They were terrible points. But if I'm just confused, because I'm the type, I don't like consuming art that isn't very based in like reality. And even though this is technically based in reality, I just don't see what the point is. And so like when you see humor where it's just like crazy, just I'm gonna say whatever and I'm gonna just, you know, I'm so confused and I just don't know how people love that stuff. I don't get it. And so my brain is just doing its thing of like, wait, what does this mean? And I like jokes that have that are based in truth and that have, you know, some type of substance to them. Otherwise, I'm like, okay, what was the funny part? And so as y'all get to know more about me, I'm like, oh, like I want it to make sense for me. And that's for me. That's personal. You said, but this is the problem when people try to get out their depth and don't have enough knowledge. Yeah. Oh, grace. Oh, the G word is grace. Is that it? Monica all day, Lynn condition all day. Jay Crimson. You like grace? Yes, Alyssa. Yeah, I'm not that nice, LOL. I identify as a Gen X, so I stopped getting music years ago. Oh, Rhino. Oh, I love that. Oop. I mean, God do no wrong, didn't know wrong, ain't gonna do any wrong in a discussion. Oh, right, Mo. Right, Mo. And you know, that lands differently for different people. And so I don't normally try to just end the discussion with like, because God said it or because scripture said it, you know, because that kind of is dismissive to intellectualism. And I don't think scripture is supposed to be anti-intellectual either. Like there's literally scripture that says question all things. So, you know, if someone's questioning something, let's have that conversation without it just being like, because let's try to dig into it. Okay, radical. Yes. Okay, cool, Alyssa. Cool. So the problem with a lot of people is a platform. They think they have to speak on everything instead of admitting they don't know enough. Yeah, Reezy, that is true too. And sometimes we let our emotions be a part of it, and that can be on so many spectrums of the conversation where some people could have heard what he said. And let's say they are Jewish descendant. My nephew is Jewish. Like, there are things that can be very personal to people. Like, why would you even say his name? Why would you put his name in a song? Like, why did Kanye do it? There's some people who are like, there's certain things that shouldn't be in your art. You could name so many other people. Why would you speak about someone who is still so misunderstood to this day? And there's currently a very massive resurgence of people trying to make Hitler to wash his past. They're saying the Holocaust didn't happen. Trump used to have a copy of Mein Kampf next to his bed through the 90s, maybe still does. And so it's kind of then, wait, are you a part of the campaign right now to make Hitler not a bad person? Candace Owens, what did she say? She said, only thing Hitler did wrong was that he went global. So
I try my hardest not to pay attention to Candace Owens.
Exactly. I realized I was saying it in front of you, and I'm sorry. But this is a part of this because it's timing. The timing of saying something and understanding the climate that we're in. He does maybe not realize, hey, this is not a good time because there are so many people trying to sanitize and make Hitler into a good person. So that's where it's like he didn't say the point. So it could have been interpreted as Hitler's actually good. He just did a couple of bad things. That's what Candace Owens said. That's what a lot of people are saying.
You remember in Vampire in Brooklyn where he had the whole congregation singing, "Evil is good." Evil is good? Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's been so long since I've seen that. Oh, goodness.
He was dressed up like the pastor and he went in the church, but it was like, because it was in the church, it was hot. Let's have church outside. And then he started giving a little sermon. And it was like,
oh, my goodness. Yeah. You say exactly. Then gaslight people like we got it messed up. That part, Supreme Royale. Oh, some of y'all saying it's bad. Yes. Him gaslighting us. Well, no, I won't say gaslighting because he genuinely thought he did something and that we were the problem. Like, oh, you didn't see the good in my message. But it's like, who are you around? Because that's the other part. There are a lot of black men. Okay, here's another piece to this. Me working in the music industry, two of the men that I worked with who, not right now. Two of the men that I worked with, they are two black men in hip hop who helped Kanye to get his first record deal. They are also Republicans. They also are part of what I think was a really big movement of making a lot of black rappers become Republican and to soften the image of some of the worst people in the Republican Party and for the people that they're sympathetic to. So that's where it's like, for him to be the messenger on this with what we know and have seen, this is just a bad look for him, even if he meant no harm. But he didn't tell us the point of his message to tell us he meant no harm. And then his first response is that we are dumb. He meant a little harm. And so now it's like, oh, now we're going to think you meant a little harm on the song too. I mean, I'm just, free falling, just saying just stream of consciousness stuff. But that's what I'm saying. He just left the door open, and that's not good. I don't think that is good or responsible art to open a door that could sensitize or that is insensitive to people who are currently suffering from stuff, and then leave the door open for interpretation where you've put some of the worst people ever out there, and then you might be saying that they're just good people. Like, I think that's irresponsible. He said, but I'm still holding out for why the feels are where they are. The feels is bad musically. That too, Jay Crimson. The sun will come up tomorrow was a banger though. The sun will come out tomorrow. Oh, is that what you were talking about in with the new delayed reaction? Bet your bottom dollar. Well, it is night. Exactly, Leroy. But that's not good. It's just a fact. And that's what I'm trying to say. A fact isn't good or bad. It just is. But what's the point of the fact? Why are we saying it right now? Why are we doing that thing? It's nighttime right now. Oh, you ate the airy thing? You jealous. That's what you were screaming about. Thank you, jealous. Thank you. You're not wrong. Leroy, do you think it's bad? I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's amazing. I just think he needed to flesh it out more, which means it's not good. If we all think it needs to be fleshed out and he released it, that's not good. And it's not saying it's bad, but it's not a good practice as a professional artist to put something out that's not fleshed out. Unless that's what he does he just put out stuff he's working on that's not in its final form or the most final he thinks it should be at that time. 10 out of 10 line. Who else out here telling you the sun coming up tomorrow? Only Airy. Thank you. Razy does it. One thing's for sure, he's got everyone talking about it. And that's what I was very upset about, jealous. That was the thing. We weren't going to talk about this at first, but I was just like, I think he popped up on the screen or something in like the up next or something. And it just was like, oh, I'm curious if people heard about this. But yeah, I'm like, he probably just did it in the music industry way of saying something adjacent to problematic, not problematic enough to where we instantly cancel him. No, he's not canceled because of this. It's more like, oh, poor thing. Like, he thought he did something right there, but it's not fleshed out, Leroy. It's just not fleshed out. Oh, G-word Grace. Okay, Leroy, thank you. Now, LaRussell got some joints. I'm not about to jump out the window and say he's trash. Right, Supreme. Yeah. I'd love him to flush it out too, Alyssa. Yes, I want that 3. I do too. We get down the toilet because it was Jay Crimson. Period. Y'all so funny. Boom, because the way y'all upset, I'm like this. I'm flabbergasted. I'm not upset. I am confused, not angry. You know, I'm just like. And that's me as a writer, you know, that's me as a writer, as someone who has judged writing at a professional level, I'm outraged that he would write that. And that was it. Yes, as a critiquer of writing, literally in the music industry, it should be okay for me to be outraged. Also on a reaction channel. This is what I do. I can give y'all the fullness of my emotions. Okay. And don't nobody tell me to calm them down. All right. I'm also an artist, so I'm supposed to feel all my feelings. Okay. But we're going to talk about it. You know, you can tell me whatever. We can discuss it. But people trying to rewrite history. Exactly. Oh, snap. Right, Reezy. You said it will not work as long as we have these discussions. Like, that's also why I am an activist, why I speak up about these things. We need to discuss. Like, some of y'all might not have known that there's currently a whole propaganda campaign to rehabilitate Hitler. Because some of y'all are probably like, that would never happen. Just like you were saying, it will not work, but it's happening. We just have to keep speaking up to make sure everyone knows. So then if someone brings up LaRussell, maybe then you can continue the conversation. We're out here doing the thing that we got to do. Y'all, I was on an activism panel last night. We're going to be talking about it today. I'm still fired up, ready to go out here. She said the only thing he did wrong was go global. The only thing. Yes, Aryan. Yes. Oh, brethren, it feels like they're making Hitler a good person and more like they're trying to make Jewish people the bigger evil so that it was justified. The same thing okay. And do y'all know Hitler was inspired by the Confederacy? What did they do in America? They have tried to not give us justice because they've always said that they were justified or that they did the thing that they were that everyone was doing at the time, which none of this is true. Like, slavery was outlawed before America existed in Europe, at least for some people. France wrote books on how this was not okay. This was of the people who were the smartest at the time, and we try to act like the founding, men who started this country were the smartest men of the time. They knew better. But they didn't do better. And now they've been, changing history over time and trying to, show only the worst parts of culture to say like, oh, see, it was justified that we treated them the way that we treated them because look, they're the most in prison now. Just because two things are true, that we're the most in prison, doesn't mean that we're supposed to be there. We're also the most, wrongfully imprisoned too. So he signed to Rock Nation. I didn't know he was signed that big. Dang. And I used to work with those folk. Oh, no. Rock Nation, LaRussell.
Your fault, Harry.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that big.
You should have saw this coming.
Wow. Yeah, he did sign to Rock Nation, but I don't like people putting the blame on them and not LaRussell being an idiot. Oh, Reezy. Well, that's my thing. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. Like, he might have written this. And by the way, so the guys I'm talking about, they're also Rock Nation. The two men I told you about that are Republicans, that are a big part of, music and hip hop. They are very big Jay-Z associates as well. Oh, are you okay?
I'm good, yeah.
They're very big Jay-Z associates. So it's one of those things where this language to them could be very normalized. And this could have been played for his manager. And the manager could have been like, yeah, put that out. We're going to get some clicks on that. And he got some clicks on this. And that's why we got to finish this video. So I'll tell y'all what happens next, too. You said both bad for sure. But when we forget our history, it's doomed to repeat itself and get worse. They will bring back enslavement of people if we don't keep talking about it. They'll get to the point where it's going to be too hard to support ourselves. And then they're going to be like, Elon Musk just made a corporate town. We already know that's a fail. But he's like, oh, I'm the smartest person ever because I'm a trillionaire. I'm going to do it the right way. No, you're not. All that money just cycles through the trillionaire over and over and over again and just makes him even more money off of the people he's paying. And then it's practically like, wait, I'm paying for your food, I'm paying for your housing, and you just work for me. Yeah, I'm going to give you the illusion of freedom. Yeah, you get to leave town, but you got to be back in the morning so that you keep your housing and you keep your food and you keep your work. You know, so it's just, they would make it worse than that if they could. If you try to make bad people look good, you are a bad person, period. Or you're really stupid. Bad and stupid. It is bad. True. He pretty much makes stuff on the spot. Okay. But that doesn't make it good. Like I heard YoungBoy only freestyles everything he says. That's what YouTube comments told me after I put up some reactions to his stuff. And I felt bad. I didn't want to be like, but do we know what he's saying and isn't any good? I was just like, okay, thank you for sharing that. I'm like, I'm not ready to just say this is not good at all, but it's not great. That's fair from a writer standpoint. Thank you, Leroy. He said, it's okay for you to be outraged, even if you were Jenny from the block. I'm still Ari from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. I'm telling all of y'all about where I came from. With no credentials, you can feel what you feel. Yes, thank you, Reezy. Absolutely. America's biggest and best export is anti-blackness. Yes. Quote unquote best. There also were no prisons until they abolished slavery. Exactly, brethren. And slavery isn't actually abolished. By the way, it said we can keep slavery in prisons. So that's practically why the prisons were created. Because slavery was actually never fully abolished. They said it was only continued if we feel you've done enough wrong. But it's like, wasn't that what they claimed before? So that's when that shows you the truth about what was really happening. We weren't enslaved because of stuff we did wrong. They made the law, the 19th Amendment, when they actually realized, oh, wait, now we got to justify why people don't have freedom. Yeah. He thought if he don't comb his hair and trim his beard, then he would be seen as an outside thinker. Hey, Mo. Oh, my goodness. Also, being a vagrant wasn't illegal until they abolished slavery. So I wonder how the trend of us being the most in prison started. Exactly, brethren. Tell them. If your manager okays things like this, they hate you. Well, or it's the love of money, Fat Keys.
For the love of...
Sing it. What song is that?
That's Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh, really? See, y'all gonna be like, see, Ari, we gotta show me some things. And I've heard a lot of Bone Thugs, but I was very little. I gotta revisit. So Ella, he did what? That sounds exactly like a part of a plot of Severance. Also with that, we are not our ancestors. These people will send you to God. That part too. Broke out in the song again. Love it. Oh, Reezy, thank you. Prisons became the plantations. Absolutely.
Hey. And it's insane for niggas to take that and be like, you support Epstein. Like, you niggas is weird. Like, if you want to know where I stand, go look at my life. Go listen to my...
See, real quick. One, I don't agree with the people saying, oh, you must support Hitler and Epstein, but you did not give us a conclusion. So we came to our own conclusions with that. The second thing is, y'all don't know me. Look at my entire life's work. No, you're going to be judged by the most recent thing you did. Entitled. He's goofy. Crimson. Who's gonna look into your whole life? Like, you as an artist have to understand there's a responsibility to what you put out. Like, I learned about this with the movie industry. There used to be a code that you couldn't do certain things in film, or else you could unleash unimaginable evil practically in the world. And they were like, you could never, for a period, you could never let the bad guy win. You could never say like you get away with things. Like you couldn't do certain storylines, even if you could get all of the publicity. But that's also when they controlled a lot of the messaging. But yeah, there used to be standards on what would go out because a child is listening to you, LaRussell. There are children who heard this and they don't even know who Hitler is. And now they're going to be like, oh, Hitler was heaven sent before they got to the message in school about what the man did. So it's just like, if you don't say Hitler was bad and X, Y, and Z, like don't put Hitler in the song. It's too complicated of a subject to just put in a song for your own personal benefit, for the money or the fame you think you're going to get from saying this stuff. So there's a responsibility that artists have, even if they don't want to be, oh, I'm not a role model. You are, just because you are in front of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Okay, thank you, Zeddy. Agreed. He said, if I want to see where I stand, should have made a better song if you didn't want to be misinterpreted. That part too.
Music. Go see what I do in my community. Go speak to somebody who actually know me.
Can't all of us do that?
For real. It's so crazy how fast it go from black boy fly to get back in line, nigga.
No.
Y'all want a nigga to be constricted and restricted so bad.
No. There's just some things that should be off limits. Like if you think about this, who else did a Hitler song? Kanye. Does he feel like, oh, that's restricting him, that he can't make money from that song anymore? That's restricting all of the red-pilled podcasters who just got canceled from Miami, can't go to a nightclub in Miami. You're restricting them. No.
And I'm never not going to be free.
Okay.
I'm never not going to be free in my speech and free in my thought.
The narrator.
And free in my art. Artists and comedians is the niggas who's supposed to express the times and what's going on and communicate it in a way that's like, man, this is what came to me. Y'all love.
So is it that he feels there should be I'm not going to say right wing, but like evil people having art and it should be mainstream? Where he going though? Jealous, right? Where he going? Yes, jealous. Walking with a purpose, but won't rap with one. Jealous, please. Let's make it make sense. Out here, jealous with those 2 feet. He gonna take us somewhere, but not with his words. Come on now, he a rapper. Come on now, jealous. Yes, thank you. He always preach jealous, right, Becky? He always makes videos like this. Okay. But it's interesting because it gives that feeling of, you know, like when paparazzi takes pictures of famous people and they're walking like they're doing something. But did y'all know some of them just get dressed up? They call their paparazzi friend and then they're like, hey, I need you to catch this fit today. And you'll see them like walk into their car. It gives them motion. It makes them feel like, oh, he got something to do. He walking somewhere. He got business to get done. Not the fake walking, Leroy. That's what I'm saying. And like Jealous said, if we don't see the destination, we don't know he's going anywhere. Okay? Now we're gonna every single little thing now. No, I'm kidding. LaRussell ain't that interesting of an artist to me, but I respect his movement. Okay, I feel that because I don't know nothing about him. This is my first time even knowing this is a person, Seti. So that's why I'm like, you always, and that's even with streaming, right? Sometimes like I'll say things that I'm like, oh, you're about to cancel me. But that's also me preemptively being like, I know there's always new people watching. And so we have to kind of remember there's always someone new watching you for the first time and they're not going to know. You said what?
Hi, I'm new.
You are new. Yes, this is new as well. Introduction to new. But that's the thing. It's like you have to remember that. So I can't come in here. If someone came in here and said, oh, why are you being I mean, Leroy did just say it, but if someone else said, "Why are you being so negative?" I'll be like, "Oh, wait, no, not being negative. Like I'm legitimately, I do commentary on social commentary of art. Like that's literally my content. But I also am a very, I'm an active, like y'all know about me. At least the people in the chat, y'all know about me. But for the new people in here, welcome in here. I'm Ari X. And no." But yeah, it's just the thing of remembering I can't get upset if someone new pops in here and then says, "Wait, why are you doing that?" Or who do you think you are? Or any of that stuff. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Let me introduce you to myself. And I'll tell you more about how I got to this point." I won't get triggered by it. I think him getting so triggered that people were triggered is kind of like, do you not realize you mentioned some of the most triggering people in modern day time? Like the Epstein victims haven't gotten justice yet, and you're now in a song about we're all equal, which we are, but why are we going to talk about that while people are suffering and people have suffered from these people? Like, you said if this wasn't his first impression, he completely be out of sight, out of mind instantly. Right, Seti. That is true. And I did hear, there are some backgrounds to him. He was selling, I guess, out of his car. Like he what is it? He, built his own life. Right? Like he was an indie artist and he came from nothing. Like that's what I'm kind of understanding. So he probably has a very extensive fan base on the ground who is going to be there for him because they know, like he said, "Oh, look at my life. Look at the people." If they canceled him for saying something that isn't in itself just cancelable, I mean, for me at least, some people, they have the right to cancel him. But, he'll be fine. And that's the funny part about cancellation. Some people get so scared of it. It's like, no, like turn your life around. If you did something, like do better, come back out. Eventually people will forget. Atlanta, for instance, loves Chris Brown. I found out he's on the radio all the time, all day long. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like people at work, they're like, "Oh, I can't wait for that Chris Brown concert." I'm like, my stream would be like, what is happening? Oh, he throws concert in his backyard. I love that. You make grilled cheese with mayo, cancel you. Yes, Leroy, we're going to do it maybe by Tuesday from scratch. I'm going to do all those pieces, Leroy. I'm giving you another chance. See, grace, Leroy. I got grace for y'all in this mayo situation. The first time I tried it was my bad. It was my bad, okay? Leroy said my words will always come out of my mouth that came from my brain, that came from the heart. But the heart is deceitful. We talking about scriptures. The heart is deceitful above all else, Mo. And that heart is the heart of our emotion. And so sometimes that's why I try to give grace, because I'm like, if it came out your heart, you might not have meant it if I tell you what it means to me. If you're like, "Oh, I'm going to curse her out," that came straight from my heart. I'll be like, "Woo, okay, I feel that. But let's talk about that. Why are you so mad at me, Mo?" Okay.
Love to create enemies and try to bash anybody who has an opposing thought to how you feel. Nigga, I ain't got to show up how you want me to show.
So, okay, he can't say 3 words without me saying something. He's also sounding a little red-pilled right here, because it's very much them on the other side of like, "Oh, we don't have freedom of speech. Oh, you canceled us because of what we said. Oh, I can't say these things." No, LaRussell, we're not, I mean, at least in this stream, we're not saying that. I haven't heard anyone say that. So for you to jump so far that, oh, because you mentioned Hitler, you think we're canceling you and that's not in any way valid? That's where I'm like, now you're giving a little bit of, it's a little sus on his politics that I don't know about. Now I'm like,
You know what? This shit for me and my people and my base who resonate and connect. Everybody else could suck my dick.
But who is your base? Who are your people? See, you just being suspicious. Everybody else can just...
Niggas who don't do a quarter, a tenth of what I do. You niggas benefiting off shit I've done. What you do besides talk on the net? Even you haven't sent with your dumb ass.
Oh
Shout
my
out to
gosh.
my people who been here since do that little dance, who been here since soup and crackers, who know what's up with me. And shout out to our new niggas who just been waiting for a reason to hate a nigga. You know, that'll take the truth.
I don't even know you. The way I have no reason to hate you, bro.
He's saying Jeffrey Epstein is heaven sent. It's the truth. God made him too. A lot of you niggas be so religious and so spiritual and so righteous, but this is what you do with your time and your effort. Hey, don't be free as no artist. Don't say whatever message is delivered to you. Don't write what come to you. Don't share what you think about the...
But where did it come from? See, this is an interesting spiritual thing too, because not just everything that comes to you is it heaven sent. Not every every idea that comes into your head is heaven sent. And there are some people who think that way, and they'll just be like, oh, I heard a voice, or I felt a message and I felt I should say it. That don't mean, even if you are a spiritual person, even if he considers himself, a Christian or Muslim or whatever thing he might consider himself, even if it's just spiritual, if you do, you have to understand there are some other messages that could be in your body and in your head that have nothing to do with good spirituality. And we also, just in a scientific way, like there are people with schizophrenia, there are people with so many mental things that anything can just pop in your head. That doesn't mean you should share it. So that's where I'm like, for him to be so triggered, you would think since he's done so much art that he wouldn't be so angry about people having an opinion about it. Especially when he said he wasn't on social media. Now I'm confused. He started this video saying, oh, I haven't been seeing all this stuff, but someone called me and told me that people were upset. You wouldn't be this mad if just one person told you, hey, people didn't feel good about what you said, when your manager warned you before you put it out. Now he's been reading he's probably been binging and doom scrolling through the chaos people have been saying about him.
World, you know how stupid that sound? Y'all insane. You niggas become masters so fast. Boy, you better watch your mouth. Boy, you better watch what you do. It's even retarded niggas in there like, man, you be at school.
Not the R word. Ugh.
He probably think the earth is flat.
Could be. It very well could be, but he's giving, like, the people, at least that I've heard, use the R word the most lately. Yeah, a lot of people used it back in like the 90s. But modern day, red pilled. Those are the ones trying to bring the resurgence of the R word back all over Twitter, all over the red pilled podcasting guys. They want to say it so much and so bad. There's even a politician in Trump's cabinet or in his administration that she said it the other day, like, y'all are all R's because y'all don't let me say what I want to say. Oh, he's giving weird politics. And California is very, very red pilled too, just in general. Like, it is a very Republican state, even though it has very, very big Democratic cities. San Francisco and LA are carrying that state in the national elections. But if you didn't have those two cities, it could easily flip red. Easily.
Around kids. Yeah, changing their life and helping them become something and giving them journeys and careers and an example of what they could be. What you be doing for them. Your kids don't even like you. You niggas just like to be triggered.
You want to be triggering. Does he think nothing he said was supposed to be triggering? That your kids don't like you? What? That just because you're even even Trump feels like he's helping children out here. So that's where I'm like, there's some people who are like, oh, I'm going to do a couple of good things, so now I get a pass to do whatever else I want to do. No.
And anything could trigger y'all. Anything can move y'all niggas. The simplest thing, just hearing something, can move you and get y'all to rally against a nigga who in his community giving back. A nigga who buying out grocery stores. A nigga who taking kids to get shoes and get clothes. Nigga who buying out restaurants. Niggas who...
But that all sounds so capitalist, though, by the way. Like, he's like, I use all my money to help people. Y'all can't say nothing about my politics or what I say. Ooh.
Helping out the homeless. now I'm the enemy. Because you don't like how a nigga said something or what a nigga said. Because you committed to misunderstanding.
Committed to misunderstanding.
Get the fuck out of here. You want to commit to something, commit to your career. Commit to being successful. Commit to doing more than I've done. Commit to actually being impactful. Nigga ain't gonna commit to that because it's easier to just press send on them comments and pop it.
It was easy for him to press send on that song too. Okay, side note. Thing is, he is also just what is it? No, see, I was about to say something and then he said it's easy to press send on the comment and I just had my little quip. Dang. Yeah, I don't know. This is, very capitalist for brownie points. His word is meaningless. People don't get popped in. Oh, wait, Jay Crimson, not Andrew Tate. Wait, no.
It's easy to do that. You know, I made a pact with myself that, like, I'm not gonna let nothing take my smile and my joy. Hey, blink twice if you still there. I'm still here, you hear me? Ain't nothing gonna take that from me. Y'all can't. It ain't nothing you could do.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say now. Did his manager tell him this was the route to go? Because if his manager did not give him any feedback on how to handle public relations with this, that's also wild. Because to have this much outrage, he was probably like, you better just tell people who you are. You know, you're always going to have haters. So you need to just stand firm on this and we're going to get even more clicks. Oh, my goodness. And then it's also promotion is what this also feels like. Kind of like Trump said, all publicity is good publicity. He learned that from... who was that guy in with the older guy who's in like a lot of politics and stuff? They did a documentary on him.
Oh, you talking about the bald guy?
Yeah. Like, older.
What's his name?
Yeah. He was the one who taught Trump all publicity is good publicity. And then he says, y'all need to look back at my work. Look at my stuff. This is almost like a commercial. Like an outrage commercial that now people are going to talk about, like we're talking about, and then somebody's going to look up his work. Not going to be me. I'm not. No. Y'all said he has some bops, but I'm just not interested. I'm not interested unless he comes out and like apologizes to me for calling me all these names and saying all this bad stuff about me.
James Carville.
No, not James Carville. That's the Democrat.
Oh.
Yeah. He's also hilarious. Man.
Do you know how I found, are you talking about Karl Rove?
No, not Karl Rove either. He's also a mess. Let me see. Trump's longtime campaign advisor.
You know how I found
Roger Stone. Roger Stone.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You know I found Carville's name just now.
How?
I typed in the search old ass Democratic strategist.
Hilarious. No, but it's supposed to be Republican. It's Trump. Oh, you're talking about when Trump was a Democrat. Yeah, no, it was, yeah. Oh, Roger Stone. Oh, yeah. So this is giving, yeah.
That's mine, and I'm the only person responsible for it. We don't get that power to nobody. Shit lame. Comedians can't be comedians no more. Artists can't be artists no more. Y'all want a world where everybody just in line.
And who just said that? Who is the main voices saying people can't be funny anymore? Right wing Elon Musk is the one saying that.
Don't say nothing we don't agree with. Don't do nothing we don't agree with.
That's
Nigga,
also Candace Owens. Oh, we're on the Democrat plantation because if you think differently, then you get canceled. No.
who made you mighty? We don't even value your opinions, nigga. You ain't living in no way that we inspired. We don't value what you got going on. The fuck?
That was his whole thing, was just a rant. I'm so glad. So the first time I watched, I only watched the first minute, and I was like, I turned it off because I was just like, what even is this?
Wait,
what is the point of this? You know, and I'm
Please
so
tell me you've actually
glad.
seen that. Please tell me you've actually seen the details around the Afro Man case.
Oh, we mentioned that, but we have not looked at that. No. I was planning on digging into that. How about he ended up deleting his accounts? Mr. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all are the problem. Deleted, like deactivated all of his lights. Just some chaos. And it would be so different if he came out and said, I was saying something to bring light and love into dark times. But that's not, he did not come as a messenger of light. This man came to squash everybody. He came to be like, all of y'all are wrong. Y'all, how dare y'all? He said so many offensive things so quickly back to back that it kind of feels we were all right that he did not come to spread peace and love. No, he came to spread what he wanted to spread, and we didn't get it. We're the problem out here, like clockwork, when people can't stand behind what they say. So yeah, chaos, and hopefully this is a lesson for some people. And that's what I don't think people understand is the point of cancellation. Is not to harm people, because it's words, it's opinion. Like, opinion shouldn't harm artists, because you're literally in the thing of putting out your art, and you know some people are going to like it, some people are not going to like it. Like, you have to be okay with that. But instead, cancellation is for us as people to determine what we want society to be like what we want to talk about or what we think should be talked about. And so we do certain things and say certain things so that we can, feel like we're getting to more of a civilized society. Mo, the ideal of canceling is stupid. Mo, I won't take that personally, because I cancel things all the time and I think it's very important, Mo. No, cancellation is very important, Mo. And I think, Mo, you might be one of the people who feel it's bigger than it actually is. Like, it's not as scary as some of the right wingers think it is. Because they think like, oh, I'm canceled. Oh, I'll never get to make art again, or I'll never get to. No. It's literally just a phrase to say, oh, yeah, we are so done with that thing that we don't think it should be supported. But that's the same as me saying all of these other words, but we just shorten it down into cancellation, right? Thank you, Baron. And I'm glad you embrace it, because Baron, I'm just trying to get you to do right. Okay, you trying to get me to do right, so you cancel me too, Baron. I get it. We have dual cancellation out here, but no, it's really not. So that's what I'm saying. For you to feel it's stupid is kind of like a very strong opinion about something that I don't know why it affects you so deeply. Nah, I don't like the mob mentality. Wait, what is the mob mentality? What do you think cancellation is, Mo? That people agree on things they don't like? Do you disagree with boycotting? Do you think that's mob mentality? You've never canceled me? Okay, thank you, Baron. I appreciate that. Request cancellation of LaRussell? Received. I'm like in Beholder. Like, I have the department for you. Yeah, what do you mean by mob mentality? Like, are you saying like group think? Like a bunch of people can't decide to not support a business together?
Like Target?
Like Target? Right. Like, do you feel that's, what is it? What is it when they, the tiki torch, they like marching together and they're like, well, yeah, like, do you believe in marches? People marching about bad things in society, marching against corporate issues and things like that? Do you feel all of that's mob mentality? So while we talking about Target canceling the chat, no, we're talking about canceling Target. No, we're Leroy wants to fight me today. It's fine. I can handle. You said nowadays more so virtual signal. Oh, you're saying virtue signaling. Highs. No, Leroy, you're too awesome. Wait, who is virtue signaling? Now I'm like, y'all making me nervous on your church choices of words right now. Welcome back in, Leroy. Mo, what is virtue signaling? Cancellation? Because cancellation in itself, it could be, but that is not the function of virtue signaling. Virtue signaling is usually kind of the opposite of saying like, and saying like, oh, I support this thing, and I'm signaling my virtues. But I can see me saying, oh, I cancel this thing, so I'm signaling my virtues. I can see you saying that, but what's wrong with virtue signaling, by the way? Because you know what I think it is? I think a lot of words have gotten a negative connotation, but they don't always have to have one. It's like even the idea of, there's some people like when I'm debating like reparations and things online, they'll be like, oh, you all just want to be victims. And I'm like, what's a victim? If something happened to a group of people and they haven't received justice, they haven't been restored to wholeness. What is a victim? And so we can't be so sensitive to think like, oh, we weren't victimized. Right? Like it can sound like, oh, that makes us little, or that makes us seem like we need something. No, I need justice. I do. My family does. My people do, because we're dying because of lack of incomes, which we should not have in any of our families for the most part. Here's the thing. If you would have given us reparations at the time we were first supposed to get them, and then we ran out of money, yeah, that's the thing that can happen. But that you never gave it in the first place and we've run out of money, that's not our fault. And that we live in a capitalist society where it's life or death, whether or not you have money. You must do justice by money in a capitalist society. It'd be different if we were socialists or we had any other structure of government, because then we know we'd survive. We would live and we'd be okay to then figure stuff out in another way. But no, we are in a system of government of money, is what that is. She said, you support jumping on certain folks that need it. Let's tag team. How else do we change stuff in society? It's like, I know some people are like, oh, let both sides talk. And, we should give a floor to everybody to speak. We shouldn't. Mm-mm. And I think some people don't think of the extremes. They think like, oh, well, if you should let a Republican speak, you should let a Democrat speak. Yeah, that's reasonable. But there are some Republicans who are advocating for us to bring back slavery. There are Republicans who are advocating that the Holocaust didn't exist. So do we give them the same equal amount of time to spread stuff that enough of us are in agreement on? Or do we say we don't have time for that? Wait, what's that lyric from Kanye? No more, Mr. West. No time for that. Okay. We've never not been a victim though. Exactly, Leroy. And so I just think there's certain words that we have become sensitive to because they've tried to make us sensitive. Like they turned victim into a bad word with a bad connotation. It's like, no, you don't then make us feel bad. Like they tried to do, okay, with watermelon, right? We were one of the biggest manufacturers of watermelon. We were making money. And then they made it seem like watermelon was this bad thing to like it when it's one of the most liked fruits in the world. And we felt a way about it like, oh, they're embarrassing us. But we didn't have the cultural pride that we should have had at the time, not for our own fault. Right. So I don't blame us for feeling a ways about stuff back then, especially. And we're still overcoming some of those perceptions that they put out about us, But as we talk more with each other, we're going to be like, no, don't be afraid about eating that watermelon. By the way, oh, my goodness. I'd mentioned this probably years ago to y'all. At one job in LA, I was a bartender, but sometimes we would have these really big events and I would be doing hors d'oeuvres for parties instead of just being a bartender because we want all the bartenders to work at the same time. And the hors d'oeuvres I brought out as one of the only black women on staff was a toothpick with a piece of fried chicken connected to a piece of watermelon. And I had to have this on a little hors d'oeuvre plate walking around in a German beer garden. When I first picked up the plate, I'm like, y'all really want me to pick this one up? And then there I was taking it out to each person, and they would look at the plate, look at me, look at the plate, and you would see we would both just kind of be like, would you like a watermelon and because you got to explain to the person what they're eating. Would you like a watermelon and fried chicken bite? Insane. But I could have flipped out on somebody. I could have lost that job. I probably made $800 for 3 hours of work that day. Okay. So, and that sucks to then think like, oh, well, I made that money. So no, but it wasn't anything, but I wasn't the only one. I was just the only black person doing that. Or not maybe only, it could have been another black lady too. Discreet. Welcome in here. Welcome in here. So yeah. Okay. Our sensitivities, there's some things we should still be sensitive to. Some things we still got to cancel because there's still chaos out here. Just like we canceled the BAFTAs the other day. Did you hear about that? They let the guy say the N-word, and then there was like a black Brit that was like, they've been playing in our faces for decades. And they said it wasn't until they messed with the black Americans. They said it wasn't until they messed with us that they finally might be doing something differently, because so many of us spoke up about what we didn't even know. Some of us had a feeling, hey, something's off here with this story, especially when we found out they were told ahead of time, hey, bleep that out. They had every ability to do it. They bleeped out Free Palestine. They could have done it. They just decided not to. Right? And then we started to speak up. And they said, now something might happen. So there is something good about calling these places out, holding them accountable, because society wouldn't be as quote unquote good as it is right now if we didn't hold so many people accountable, if we didn't cancel so many things and people and stuff, Oh, Leroy. Microaggressions are alive and well. Exactly. You said they don't understand monkeys in the context that we do. That's the other thing. They also might not be as triggered by some things as we were, because it was so blatant and so American. Like, cinema started in America, and racist cinema started in America. So we would have the longest history of people seeing racist cinema and racist industries and music. And so we've been seeing this for so long that we finally had to say something, you know? So hopefully they will start to do more with their cinema. Like, we've done so much work here to open these doors for us that they are very quickly filling, because they said their homeland is still racist. And it's like, wait, no, you got to do work. You got to do the work to make it better so that you can do it at home too. But I'm like, watch it be us after the BAFTAs. Watch us now start doing stuff over there to help out. But yeah, interesting. Y'all, the way hours ago I was supposed to be doing a reaction to Black's new song that just came out. So yeah, we're going to have to do Afro Man later today or tomorrow. Let me go ahead and put it. Wait, I think it's already in my reaction list. I have a reaction playlist on YouTube of stuff I need to get to. W6 Lack, yes. Love Afro Man, yes. Okay.